Hello, everyone. Uh, didn't take a break or disappear or anything. I literally just have almost really nothing going on other than waiting for some parts to come by and a a little project that I've got going on too. So we are where we left off. Unfortunately, still got the car torn apart from the parking brake handle or cables being replaced, and haven't even obviously put it down on the ground to test that those work. And I also there was a plan to possibly go out to Caffeine and Octane here at Virginia Beach on Sunday, but my friend has a possible situation that came up, so I may not be going to that. I could, but it also saves me a little bit of cash after spending some big cash, in my opinion, right now. But yeah, so we're left there. The big struggle that I was dealing with was I have nothing planned to take this car to, simply because I need so much stuff, but also because the track events are rather far spread out. Can't get much time off of work, and yeah, just don't have the time or the money really to travel out to far distances to go get track time. So we're stuck where we are, but I do plan on at least going to the Oktoberfest event at VIR. So with that will come new tires because these do not cut it on the track. But the big news is that I do have some brake pads coming in. And forgive me, I forgot which ones I got, specifically, I should say. So this was the second set of EBC Blues that I had on the car, and they have tremendous stopping power. However, this set wore out kind of quickly, from my opinion. I think they lasted me two events and then some street driving and whatnot, but they didn't last all that long, and it's a little bit disappointing. But I have a hunch that the tires were part of that because these things aren't too sticky. They don't grip the track all that well. If you remember from my review, basically, of the last VIR event I went to, I just tore the heck out of these things. Like, those rubber blocks there are gone. And I have a feeling because they aren't so sticky that the brakes were being quote unquote overworked, and so they just heavily wore down. They didn't get hot and steamy and smoky like they did from Carolina Motorsports Park, but they got pretty. I would assume they got pretty close. It's just that VIR has longer straights than what Carolina Motorsports Park does. But regardless on that, I also decided to jump up a tier of brakes, and I went with either the top tier or second to top tier of the EBC grade that I can go with. So I know there's the RPX and the RP1. Forget exactly which one I went with, but I believe it was the RP1s that I got, and we shall see how those handle. The blues are okay on the street; they're just aggressive, whereas the RP1s that I got they say they're not for driving on the street. It's specifically track focused. So because of that, I was going to go out and buy some brake pads for this coming weekend, but I'm going to hold off on that. But talking to my same friend, he wants to go on a cruise around a circle around the peninsula area. So I may do that later, but saves me $100 for now. Anyway, I want to get to the big point of a project that I'm working on right now, and that's kind of why, I don't know, I guess there's been a little bit of an absence, just trying to get some plans put together. But as you all know, I've mentioned it before, because there are such long lulls between track events that I'm able to go to, even with the race coming up. I mean, that was a fortunate situation that came up, so I'm very thankful for it. But other than that, there's too long lulls. So I want to try to get into sim racing, whether that be PC or Xbox. It's going to start off with Xbox and with Forza, especially with the new one coming down the line, I believe in September, if I'm not mistaken. And then later going on to the groundwork of iRacing and or Assetto Corsa. So we'll see how that goes. But regardless, because I can't get so much seat time in real life, I wanted to work on something that allowed me to get some simulator practice. So without further ado, here's my poor man's setup right now. And yes, I know poor man's setup, and it looks like nothing significant, but I didn't want to buy one. Also can't really afford to buy one right now. So I went with this, which the rig that I bought before I even moved and during my job transition. So I've had that for a while, but after I bought it, I was going through the job transition and moving and all that stuff. So I was only home on the weekends, and I didn't have time to do anything with hanging out and getting the house prepped up and whatnot. So it just kind of sat around. But this past week, I decided to go and create the border with the help of a friend, and that was because when I did play on it, the one or two times that I did, I found that I get rather aggressive, and my seat was moving back and whatnot. So normal forces that you would feel in the car. You're pushing against the seat to give you more force on the pedals and blah blah blah, this and that. And that's exactly what I was doing here. So the chair would slide everywhere, and I would be moving away from the pedals and all that stuff. So I wanted to build that frame around it, and it'll be a work in progress because I obviously plan to get rid of the poor man's chair and put an actual race seat there with, a platform for it to sit on and whatnot. So this is just rudimentary, just to get me into the game, get started and all that. And I even have the Logitech G920 set up for the PC and the Xbox. Compared to the one that I used before, which I believe both the pedal and wheel setup were Fanatec. My pedals for the kit for the Logitech are definitely not up to par. Those are squishy. There's not really much feedback and blah, blah, blah. The wheel, I have a feeling, is better. And this one also has, as you can see, like the universal mount. So Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, all the big brands, it can actually, they can use their steering wheel and pedals and all that stuff. But the steering wheel, I think I prefer the Logitech more because it has a more realistic feel, especially in comparison to the Subaru. When I was driving at my buddy's house the other week, I felt like the settings weren't exactly to my liking. I just kind of hopped on and played, but the steering wheel had way too much torque. It was too much feedback for me to handle. And when I drive this on the track, it's not that the steering is numb, but the wheel isn't, like, I'm not fighting the wheel. I'm not flexing my biceps and my forearms like heavily to be able to turn the wheel. And when I used the Fanatec or whatever it was, I was with the Logitech, same story as with the actual car. I'm not paining myself. I'm not exerting too much energy in order to turn the wheel. So want to go with that. This frame also gives me an ability to get a monitor stand built around it. So this is just rudimentary and just to get me started and whatnot, and build on a platform to build on. And I've got things coming for the car to get it ready for the next track event. So yeah, just wanted to give you all an update. I know small, and I feel like it's been a while and not much has happened, but everything costs money for this game. So it's an expensive one. But until next time, y'all, stay driven.